Hello, Craig Birch here, Carl Greaves promotion here, King Power Stadium, Leicester City Football Club, and the new British champion, Sam Bowen, with his coach, Carl Greaves. Gentlemen, you must be absolutely delighted. What an experience, what a night.
Yeah, I mean, long time coming.
Yeah.
Obviously, take quite some kindness yet. I'm sure we'll have to have a good sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously delighted. Finally won it. Been due boxing for a big title for over a year now, and couldn't be better at Leicester Football City Stadium. So yeah, I'm happy. Obviously, take some kindness yet, but it will do very.
Of course, very poignant tweets from Carl earlier as well. Gentleman who's challenged for this particular crown before. Carl, does it feel good to see your man do it instead of yourself?
Obviously he's won something I couldn't. I mean, there's been some fantastic fighters who's won this bout. I mean, obviously Alex Harper, Michael Gomez, Carl Johansson. The three lads I lost to, my only defeats.
Yeah,
in the
pretty good roll call that is, in all fairness.
And obviously he's gone on to achieve something that they did, British champion, and I know he can go a lot further. We're just scratching the surface with him, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Maxi was awkward tonight, awkward to pin down, but he finally got to him. People say he ain't got the experience, he shouldn't have deserved the crack after 12 fights, but the man's been avoided. We've been waiting for title shots for 12, 18 months.
We couldn't get an English title fight going for God knows how long, wasn't it?
Couldn't get an English. We finally got the British, and he's done something that obviously the current European champion Martin Wall couldn't do and stopped him. I mean, I know the boxed 3 times and he did stop him on an injury which was similar to that, like, but yeah, really pleased.
Yeah, Sam, how did you, I mean, coming out to the crowd, I mean, it was a white hot atmosphere and so on. Was that maybe the biggest buzz you've ever had in boxing, to come out to that sort of fight, that sort of reaction, that sort of audience?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the support was fantastic. Perfect venue, and yeah, I was buzzing before come out, and obviously just stuck to the game plan, and the game plan paid off. So.
Carl, we talk about an avoided fight, so Maxi Hughes is probably the only guy in Britain that wanted to fight Sam Bowen. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So, yeah. and he came to. There was only one way he was leaving, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So.
Well, obviously the first 4 rounds, Sam was too strong and getting on top, and then he surprised us all by coming back into it the 5th and 6th. But I said to Sam, let's get back on him now. Let's close the gap, start working that body and them crunching body shots. Sam hits so hard to the body. I mean, them little shots through the middle, perfect little right screw uppercuts through to the body. I mean, he couldn't take no more. I mean, it was only going one way. I mean, I know the injury did it in the end, but the doctor saved him from further punishment, really. And obviously, fair play to Maxi, great lad, lovely fella. Massive respect for him.
Tough man.
Tough man,
yeah.
And obviously him and Sam, very similar people. Don't shout their mouths off, quiet, let the fist do the talking, and big respect for this fight tonight from both sides.
Sam, you must have sensed the end was 9, the 7th, particularly those body shots too. You know, twice he goes down, his face a grimace of pain, and I believe the eye injury was actually caused by a punch as well. That was a general consensus as well. So.
I mean, I hit him with a body shot at one point, and I could see he'd stop throwing at this point, and he was just covering up. It's obviously hard to hit someone's body when they're covering up, but I just kept persisting, and he was covered up well. But obviously I landed a couple on the inside, come up through the middle, and he went down the first time, so I just carried on. I weren't in no rush to stop him, but I just knew if I piled the pressure on him, eventually I can't see him staying in it, and he went down a second time. Obviously the ball saved him in the end. Yeah. Of that round. Like I said, I think it'd have been one-way traffic from then on. I felt fresh still. Don't get me wrong, it's very awkward and very slippery and moving, but the game plan was just to keep wearing him down, and we'll get the win eventually. I weren't bothered how I'm going to win, as long as I got the win, and I got the win.
Of course, like you say, however the win comes, the win comes. What was the feeling like when your hand was raised and you're now the British champion, that beautiful Lord Lonsdale belt on your shoulder now?
More relief.
Well, let's put it into words, I guess.
More relief.
It hasn't sunk into me neither, to be honest with you. I mean, I've had 3 British champions, Shane McPhil, Benicio Pickering, but he's my first one from the start. Obviously my first one I've trained from scratch. Well, obviously not scratch, but as a professional. I mean, you've got to give massive respect and credit to Craig Perkins at Hillshawing, because he did a fantastic job with Sam. 106 amateur fights, 192. 8 times national champion, 4 times Aaron Gay Box Cup champion, and his professional start, he's more suited to the pros, so in my eyes it just means one thing, is going all the way as a professional. Of
course. We talk about, I mean, such a fantastic occasion here at the King Power Stadium to have a British title fight here is a real coup for the city. Surely we're talking about bigger venues, bigger shows, hopefully all in the same city.
Yeah,
Now for
definitely. I
Sam.
mean, obviously, I want to bring massive big time boxing back to Leicester. I mean, my first stop is going to be Leicester Arena. I'd love to get that filled. Either work with a TV promoter or try and get a bit of a deal myself. And then
Is that something you can maybe look at for a voluntary defence, perhaps?
Yeah,
or?
voluntary, yeah. Or listen, whatever happens, you know what I mean. He's going to have a bit of time off now. He's going to be a dad in May.
Yes,
He's going to be
yeah.
a dad in May.
We almost forgot about that in all the
Yeah,
football.
yeah, I was probably the most shocked man in the world when he told me. I thought fair play to him. But yeah, he's going to be a dad in May. He's going to enjoy his time.
Yeah,
little boy, aren't you? Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your reflection of the year is probably going to be in June, Sam, at the minute, isn't it? Because
well, we'll probably look at July, but listen, who says if in a couple of years' time we can't? Listen, what a dream it would be for him to fight for a title inside the stadium on the pitch. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Leicester Arena.
World title fight.
Yeah, let's get Leicester back on the boxing mat like the good old days with Simpson and Pye. You know what I mean? Let's get it back on the mat.
Yeah, they're all at Granby Hall, is the bloody car park now.
And listen, who says we can't go on that football pitch? You know what I mean? Inside the stadium, what a night that'll be.
Yeah, is that the dream, Sam? Is that in there to be on that pitch in a ring?
Yeah,
you know,
amazing.
sell-out crowd for the world's biggest prizes.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing. Yeah, that's Carl's up sort there. I'll box anywhere. At the end of the day, I'll box anywhere as long as it's in a boxing ring, and I'll always do my best, and hopefully come on top. So.
But this is this Carl now where we build a bit of a dynasty, like you say. I mean, Tony Simpson, the last British champion we had from the city so very long ago, and it's time to get this big time boxing back to the city now.
That's what we want. Yeah, I mean, Sam's not a lad that like you say, he's not on no social media. He don't go in pubs. He's a family man. He's a grounded kid. He works hard, trains hard, and just spends time with Alicia, his missus, and that, and obviously his little baby when they have that. So, you know what I mean. People think he can't sell tickets, but he's a very, very popular fighter, Sam. Everyone knows Sam.
There was a lot of fans in there tonight, wasn't there?
Tonight. He sold a lot of tickets tonight. Everybody knows Sam Bowen. You know what I mean? They might not be buying them direct off Sam, but listen, I sold a load tonight off the back of Sam. And let me tell you, once this kid starts making a couple of defences and going on to bigger and better things, we're going to get the whole of Leicester behind him.
Of course. We did talk on the phone, myself and you, Carl, a few weeks ago. You said this is the show you ever sold in your life, isn't it? Yeah. That's the thing, you know, with the card, with the main events, it was a. If
I wanted to push this tonight, I could have probably sold it twice over. I sold 300 or 400 tickets more than what I should have done, to be honest. You know what I mean? We had another room on, and it was all organised properly. But I could have sold this place if I'd have really pushed this. Had press conferences and all. I didn't need to. I knew where I was going with Sam for this fight, and we had it right, and we've got it spot on. And now he's the new British super featherweight champion.
I bet you're never going to get bored of hearing that. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch you perform tonight. Absolute pleasure to see Leicester's newest British champion. Real high hopes for the future. We look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, thank you.